Good evening, TheoTRADE. This is Corey Rosenblum, and you're watching the Theo, not the video, for the 7th of November here in 2023. And today's video is bonds bounce back, but also tech stocks. And here is the bond market. We'll start here. The bond market, looking at the 10-year Treasury Note, that's the ZN, has rallied off that 105 level. Now, I actually trade the TLT and do that in the evening reports. We've had a bond bounce. And one thing to note is that rally reversal up from that 83 per share level with some strong bullish volume. Not the first time we've seen these counter trend bounce back rallies. So a few other examples, even recently, have taken place. But the bond market's coming off a key level, one that we've discussed since last week with the Federal Reserve. What is that level? 5% in Treasury yields. So that is where we'll start the video. And it's the same concept that we've had this end right there. It's 50, it's actually 5% with the 10-year Treasury Note Yield. And that yield is what the interest rates are. And what I've shown is each time that this yield has come up to a key round number like 4%, we've had some stagnation, we've had a reversal, but once we broke it, the market broke hard to the upside. Now we're having another jump or fall from that 5% level. Let me show you the other times we've seen this similar thing take place. So again, this is the TNX. And the way it frames, that's not 30, that's 3%. 3%. And here is 2%. This is 1%. And of course, just for clarity, that's 4 and that's 5. So what we've saw so far is the 2% resulted in a small pullback, the 3% level, 2 little small pullbacks, and the most significant's been off that 4% level. Not once, but about 2 to 3 times. Now we're seeing a similar pullback in the bonds. But that's corresponding with a rally reversal in the actual treasuries or the bond markets and the ETFs themselves. And that pullback or retracement or a little bit of a decline in the interest rates has sent the Nasdaq stocks surging. And that is another key thing to look at in tonight's video. It's not just the bonds bounce back. There's not really a B that I could use. Monsters attack, monsters, monster bounce back. But there we see it. So looking at the Nasdaq, we'll take a look at how that portrays the bounce, but also XLK. XLK is going to be your technology sector. So tech bounce back, or tech tackles the bottom and does a bounce. But in the QQQ, same type of bounce. Now we here in TheoTRADE, we track the monsters of tech. And the monsters of tech is a symbol that Don has created. It's right here. If you want to copy it, it's also in our shared studies page. But it's taking a look at Meta, Apple, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon, puts them into a single signal or single stock or symbol, and you see it making new highs. Let's take a quick peek at these individual stocks. So we'll start with Apple, which had its earnings. Apple continues to be in a sideways range, but nonetheless, there is the bounce back strongly off support. It is Microsoft that has another big bullish bounce back to new highs. And we'll see stocks making new highs. Microsoft will not count in today's session as a stock making a 52-week high only because the prior high is right here. And that's about $3.66 per share. If we hold by the next hour and the close, we'll see a new closing high for Microsoft. That's above that $3.60 per share level. Not seen really since the late 2021 and earlier in 2023. Meta, which is Facebook, has also come roaring back. And it's pulling back up to this $3.30 or so per share level as a strong stock gets stronger. And we see that trend or persistent trend down took this from $3.75 down to $100 and $100 back to $3.30 and possibly even higher. Google has had a stellar pullback, but it's bouncing off support as well. That's about $120 per share. And other stocks in the monsters of tech, just looking quickly at our symbols, We have Meta, Apple, Microsoft, Google, and Amazon. And Walmart, just not a monster attack, but Walmart's up at a 52-week high. Nvidia up there as well. Not a monster attack. Not a monster attack. But let's get down and scroll to Amazon. Netflix actually bouncing back again today. Just about shy of that high, and we'll find Amazon in a moment. Or we'll just type it into the symbol list. Here is Amazon. Actually, Amazon's one of the leading stocks in today's session. So Amazon being up about 2.5% also is taking it back just shy of its 145 high. So what's going on? This is a tech-dominated rally in large part, temporarily, because of a sharp pullback in interest rates. And we've seen this story before, where interest rates pull back, monsters of tech or tech-heavy stocks or stocks that have a big weight for interest rates or debt loads can bounce back quickly. So that's the main view or the main focus of tonight's video. Outside of that, we're not seeing across the board bullishness. And in fact, if you're looking at the Russell, you're seeing it simply continue a trading range. So the weakness this week, 2 days into this trading week, has been in the small caps. That's the Russell and the IWM, which is on 2 days of sell side activity. But it's those monsters of tech, which have large market cap and large weighting. You see them in the S&P. You definitely see them in the Nasdaq, but you don't see them at all in the Russell. And we've talked about bonds, but the other thing to note on this screen is crude. Crude down 4% in today's trading session. And that takes us where we've been highlighting on this bearish pullback or bearish move back inside of its trading range. So crude coming back inside the trading range, fair value midpoint about 75 per barrel. That's your reversal from 94. And of course the other geopolitical events and geopolitics is or did put a bullish pressure on crude. But the fact that crude's coming in is a somewhat relief signal to equities just in the short term. Now each video is a short-term look for opportunities setting up right now. So other stocks that are making new highs, let's scan quickly. In today's session we see 11, we see Walmart. We'll pull these out just for a quick look on strong stocks getting stronger. So we'll start with the market cap number 1 in the list, which is Walmart. And Walmart I think is interesting, although it has a little bit of a bullish recommendation. You can always go and see the fundamentals inside of the Analyze tab right here, fundamentals. So it becomes difficult to go short or go against stocks with strong and rising fundamentals and rising price charts. Walmart fits that bill. Of interest, Target has been a weak stock getting weaker, and that has some bearish or reduce type of analyst or economic reports, forecast, and fundamentals. Target and Walmart, at least I think, are pretty similar in terms of retail big box stores, but their stocks and their fundamentals very much different. Target is actually on the short or the bear side. Walmart continues to be on the bull or the buy side, not the other way around. And Adobe would be another tech stock that is getting a new 52-week high. Other tech stocks just a little bit shy, but Adobe has continued that bullish trend, bullish fundamentals for the most part, and that uptrend in motion, setting up the bull side of the trades. ServiceNow, we're looking for a bigger perspective on the charts, but this scan is for 52-week highs. So as long as a stock is making a 52-week high, it is going to count up in the scan. So Centos, another strong stock getting stronger, making a new high. Motorola jumps up to a new high. That's a stellar uptrend in 2021. And we had Train Technologies. Also look at Ross Stores. Ross Stores, new 52-week high. And we'll see Hilton Worldwide. That's one of my big themes. Most stocks, most sectors are in trading ranges, but we want to focus on those that are strong, getting stronger, and align some bullish trades if you want to play into the uptrending or strong, getting stronger candidates or stocks that show relative strength. We have Cardinal Health, CBOE, and we'll finish up with Akamai, AKAM, which is making new highs as well. Are there stocks that are happening to show 52-week lows? Let's end the video with that quick point of view. Are there stocks in today's session making new lows? Yes, there are. Chevron. We'll look at that just on a quick look to see that it is indeed making a 52-week low. Not necessarily downtrending, but the stock is showing up on that list. We'll see Air Products and Chemicals. That's a gap to the downside. That's a new 52-week low. And finally, Smucker's, which is a jam or jelly company, 52-week low. Always be careful and safe. Continue watching the bond market, the yields, crude, and the impact on tech stocks and how important tech stocks are to the Nasdaq and the broader market. This is Corey Rosen with tonight's Theo video update for November 7th, 2023.